Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers' all-time passing leader, Phillip Rivers, who's been their starter since 2006, trotting onto the field. And I'll tell you what, he may be just a couple of years from 40, but he can still do it. You look back to 2018, some people were whispering MVP and Rivers in the same breath with what he did in that campaign. Especially impressive in 2 December primetime victories, one against the Steelers, one against the division rival Chiefs. And although things ended not quite how they wanted in the playoffs to New England, Phillip Rivers still feels like he has a lot left in the tank. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend, sets all the line calls, and blocks so aggressively.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
This is a unit that understands what needs to be done to stop the run. And they're a team that goes out and executes as well. Yeah, it's the mantra, stop it, but then going out and getting it done. Two different things. They combine them.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
It's just me and you.
From the gun, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. With it is Brown. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Luck on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Going on the ground, it's White. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Out of the gun, Luck. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Now a look at the Chargers starting 11 on defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31. Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Luck now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead. And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out. And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like in the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy. You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 15 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Well, he's the #2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to #1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher. 2 yards, good enough for a first. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps. I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Looking here for Smith downfield, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. Rivers on the money, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They go play action. Rivers. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers, and that's caught by Smith. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Here we go.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Throwing, Rivers. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Brandon, I come from the school that if you have 4th and 1, I'm leaving my offense out there if I decide to go for it. Going for it from a fake field goal position, that seems like it's just extra work.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I mean, you start further back. You also pigeonhole yourself with options. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, it's Luck. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd and 10, Luck again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Able to find Switzer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st and 10, Locke. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like who's going to make the play. Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down. Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Rivers. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. And by the way, it's worth noting that the Packers are one of 3 teams that Phillip Rivers has never beaten in his long career in the league. Carolina is one, of course, his own team, the Chargers, another, and then the Packers rounding out the 3. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Rivers. The open man is Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. 2nd effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Packers now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off of play action, Luck. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Luck, room to run past midfield. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st down, here's White. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Green brings it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jacob Hollister, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they just...
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Michael Bennett. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
All right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On third down, Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Locke. And this one complete to Reed. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Here's Locke. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He'll get this one to Switzer. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the gun on third down, Locke buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Locke showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dip.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers! That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL.
Start of the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. Here is Andrew Luck, the focus of our player spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. The drive starts with a run by White. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a carry for White. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Luck. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On second down now, it's White, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. A shotgun snap for Luck. Out to the left here to Reed. And this time, not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Again, Luck. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Rivers on the money, complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On play action, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. Drops this off to Richard. And he's got this down to the 35. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Rivers. He's got Smith here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw on second down. Luck finding Green complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Packers. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Luck. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Luck on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll go again with McKissick. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now, because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's Rivers. That one complete to Elliott. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Right there. Dead, baby. 380.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that
Rivers. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now this window is running back out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Rivers now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Rivers now. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Rivers. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Ready. Block 15.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Auschka adds the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, yep. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Anthony Hitchens, second in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Long. That's caught by Hollister. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So out comes the field goal team once more. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Rivers and the Chargers now. Down by 16. A little under 1:50 remaining. Somehow they need to come up with a pair of touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll throw again. Rivers. And able to find Kirk complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. First down, Rivers. A dump off to Elliott. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Rivers drops it underneath to Elliott. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. From the red zone now, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A.J. Boye with a pick. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Packers, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5.
EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game.